Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Redstone from scratch. This is where we've gone through the basics of Redstone, and we've worked our way up through different contraptions, and now it's a subscriber wanted one. You guys suggested this. Subscriber suggested. I couldn't say it. Subscriber suggested idea of a lighthouse. So ignore the really bad lighthouse build. It looks terrible. We're concentrating on the flashing lights at the top. So as you can see, they actually revolve all the way around. If I can chase it around. Like this. Goes all the way around and just continues on forever. Really, really easy to make. So, if you dismantle the lighthouse, you'll end up with something like this. And this is all it is. So if I push this button, it just goes through a very quick monostable circuit to keep the pulse nice and short, so we get as few lights on at once as we possibly can. The bonus with this as well is I actually built a sort of one block too high, but this will power 3 blocks. Okay, so it powers all 3 of those. The one that's in line with the repeaters, the one above the repeaters, and the one below the repeaters. So I've got 4 on that one, and I'll show you how I done that momentarily. Basically, I just built 2 of these on top of each other, and then that way you could literally have, I don't know, a whole column of them, and they'll all just go at the same time, around and round and round. But let's get cracking with it. So we're going to need some redstone lamps. We're going to need some redstone dust. We're going to need some repeaters. You're going to need a normal piston and a piece of sand. Sort of optional, really, because that's just what's going to make the lights come on shorter. If I take this, well, I'll build it and then build the monostable circuit afterwards. So, if we build exactly the same size, I'm going to go 4 blocks, 2 blocks out. Let me put this next to this. And then what I'm doing is I'm using a piece of white wool in the very corner. Now, you'll see why I do that momentarily. You'll see the problem that we come across if we don't have this block. If you guys want to do it a different way, then you're more than welcome to. I'm just doing a sort of a basic tutorial on this lighthouse design. So, once we've got that in, what you're going to do is you're going to replace repeaters along all of these redstone lamps. Now, you can probably already see the problem about these corner ones here. Look, if we had a lamp here, there's no way that it could be powered. So I put a block there, and as you can see, I really like that look when you actually put it into the lighthouse, like in the corners there. It's a really nice touch. I'll probably put glass over the redstone lamps as well. I don't know. There's a lot of different things that you could do with it. But once we've got this, what you need to do is put redstone in the corners and along the straights. So like this. So you get like a row of 4, and then like the corner of 3, like this. Once we've got that, on the ones where you've got 4 straight pieces of redstone dust, just place 2 in the middle, like that. Okay? Once we've got that, you're then going to get your repeaters, and put repeaters in the sort of gaps, and do them on maximum delay, because we want this to revolve quite slowly. If you want it to revolve faster than what it is, then you can just lower the delay on all these repeaters. But I like to have a sort of slow revolution. Let's turn this off. There we go. That'll do for now. So now once we've got that, that is it set up. So if we have no monostable circuit hooked up to it, we just have a button. As you can see, the buttons, the lamps stay on for a little bit longer. They stay on for about 1/3 of the circle. So if you want that, then that's great. This is all you need to do. If you want it to have a little bit of a shorter lifespan of the lights, then just stop the redstone circuit, wait until it comes round. There we go. What you're going to need to do is put a repeater here. This repeater is to stop feedback coming back into this piston here. So use a normal piston if you like. You can use a sticky piston, but if you use a normal piston, you can use a piece of sand, so it just saves on a bit of stickiness. And then you can place a piece of redstone dust, a block, and then your button. And now when we push this button, as you can see, the lights stay on for a lot shorter time. So we only get 4 lights on at once, which is great because then you get a really, really nice revolution all the way around it. So, this will actually power, like I said, the row on top of it and the row below it. So you can get 3 blocks of redstone lamps without really having to do any more redstone than this. So if I just fill this in. But if you want to have 4 or more, like what I have on my one over there, then you're actually going to have to build another one on this layer. So really, really easy to do. You don't need to fill in all the middle. You only need to do basically the 2 blocks, or roughly 3 blocks, I think it is, isn't it? Around this outside here. So fill this in. Fill out those corners as well. If you're done, and that's all you needed to know, then you can close the video now. But if you just want to know how to get another layer on top of it, and how to hook this one up to this one so they both time at the same time, which I had a little bit of trouble with at first, but I've got it worked out, then stick around. So, again, we can now have another 2 layers of lamps on top. I'm just going to do 1 for now. Okay, I went ahead and just filled in this top layer to count some time. It has started raining, but it really does give a really cool effect onto the lighthouse when it is raining. So I'm not too bothered about it. It looks quite nice. So let's stop this one below, just so the flashing doesn't drive me completely insane. So we need to hook up this layer to the bottom layer to be timed at exactly the same point. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is you're going to need some redstone torches, and I put a redstone torch above it. There are many ways to do this, I'm just showing one way, and then put a block on top of that torch, place a torch on the back, and then place 2 blocks, 1 there and 1 there, then place a piece of redstone and a repeater, and then this is where we're going to do our second monostable circuit. Again, there are other ways to do it. This is just one way. I'm sure you guys can figure out even more efficient ways. Once we've got that, you can then put down your repeater. Again, that's to stop feedback coming back into this piston, and a piece of redstone there. Now, from what I can remember, you might need to do some testing depending on how much redstone is on your world. But if I hit this button, just as it is, as you can see, we are about 2 redstone lamps, about 3, isn't it, by the looks? It looks like these bottom ones are 3, potentially 4 blocks ahead. Yeah, about 3 to 4 blocks ahead. So, before we break both of these, stop the redstone circuit again. What I recommend doing is on this bottom circuit, make sure they're both pointing like into the same gap, otherwise they're going to start at completely different times. But if we put that on maximum delay, the rain might be playing about with us a little bit as well. But now if we hit the button, as you can see, we are perfectly in time. So it doesn't look like the rain has affected it, because that's what I've got up there. And as you can see, they're perfectly in time. This will actually give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks worth of height of lamps. But from there, you can actually put as many as you want on top. You just build layer after layer after layer. But anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for submitting this idea for redstone from scratch. If you've got any ideas that you want to see built in a tutorial, then just stick it in the comment section below. And if I find one that I think would make a good episode, then I'll be sure to do it. Until then, though, guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm going to get rid of this rain, ready for next episode. Bye!